Hi, and welcome to Vista College. I am so excited for you to be enrolled in school. My name is Becky Reeder, and I am the program director over all the business programs. So I'm excited for you. This is such a great time to be enrolled in school, and I can't wait to follow you on your journey to finish your education and get started with your future career. So welcome. Make sure you take note of my contact information here so that you can be sure to reach out to me through phone, text, or email if you should need anything. Communication is a big deal in the business world, and so we want to make sure that you are prepared to contact either myself or your instructors or career services, student services person. If you should need any help with anything, we are here to help, and we want you to feel comfortable reaching out to us. Let's talk about some expectations. Why did you choose Vista? You had your choice of many other options available, so why Vista? I want you to think about that as you're going through your classes, your school education. Come back to that idea of why Vista. Online, we have excellent instructors who are in the field. Currently working. They bring into the class new trends, current case studies, and current themes that will help you become a better leader in your field. Communication, like I mentioned, is a big deal, and we want to be able to communicate with you. And don't just ignore us. That doesn't do anybody any good. So be sure you answer our texts or emails or phone calls so that we can help you. We want to be able to have you succeed in your education and move on to get that career that you've wanted. Organization is so you need to stay organized in school. Some people still like to do a paper planner. I personally like to do the paper planner. That's an easy way for me to keep track of, my day-to-day activities, goals for the week, deadlines. I can see it. It's on my kitchen table right there in front of me every day. It's not logged into my phone. I don't have to log in to view it. That works great for some people. Some people love the Google Calendar. You figure out what works for you, but stay organized, keep up to date, and keep track. We're going to talk about work, home, and school balance and how juggling that really works in the world. We want to have your ABC plan. We'll talk about that. We want to have goals. Short-term goals and long-term goals. We need those short-term goals. Maybe you have a goal for this week to get your assignment turned in on time. Maybe you have a goal for the term to get a certain grade or to respond to so many peers. And then your ultimate goal to complete your program and be employed. So think about those small goals in between the larger goal of graduating and how you're going to get there. And lastly, employment. Why are you going to school? To be employed. So we want to help get you there and get you that job and have you be successful in your career. First of all, why did you choose Vista? Are you the first one in your family to go to college maybe? Do you want a better life for your family? Are you looking to get a promotion? Do you want to make some more money? What is the reason? It's really important to think about why you're here and why you're choosing to be in this career. Education is an important part of life, and you need to think about when it gets hard and when you just don't feel like you can to get that assignment turned in on time, or when you're sick, or when you're trying to take care of your family, or set that example for your kids, or accomplish that goal to show your parents that you really can do it. Think about those reasons when you're struggling and come back to this and know, yes, you can do it, and this is why I'm doing it. Maybe you want to have a catchphrase for yourself and post it or write it in your planner, put it on your wall, somewhere where you can see that daily as a reminder of why you're going, why you chose Vista, and why you want to have a career. So you've enrolled in Vista and you know why you're going to attend. Now, what will you be learning? let's look at those things. So business administration and leadership diploma, you'll be in intro to management and leadership. We have an intro to management course and intro to accounting. And this is to get you kind of familiar with the terms and the language used in the field so that you can be able to communicate with other people in the business and know things about what's happening with your accounting. Human resources, marketing, and communications. Then once you move on to the associates, you get the same block of classes also. Our logistics and operations management also has these same intro classes, plus we have some specific to logistics. There are 7 classes that are listed that are specific to logistics, along with all the other business courses. And you get into our bachelor's program and you're looking at more specific business things. You're now taking a couple of finance classes. You're looking at public relations, organizational behavior, looking at e-commerce. We've got an intro to statistics class. And many more others that are looking at kind of these more specific topics to get you dive further into the business world. And I hope you enjoy what's coming up. Like I said, communication is key. Here's my info again. Make sure you write it down, okay? We can only help you if we know what's going on. So if you keep that to ourselves and don't communicate with us, we just cannot help you. And we want to communicate with you, so we will keep texting or calling or emailing until we can figure out how we can help. So it's a good thing that we're here to help. We want you to succeed, and reaching out is the first step. Talk about that work-home school balance. Are you currently working? Are you a full-time parent, single parent? Maybe you're a caregiver for some family members. What is your living situation? Are you an apartment, a home? Are you a roommate? What does that kind of look like? We're balancing so many different things and trying to get this goal. What are you dealing with? Everybody's dealing with something. I just want to share my story of going to school. I was working full time. I was a baker, so I would go into the bake shop and I would work from about 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then I would go to class right after. And that is a struggle. Just basically working overnight and then going to school and still being able to do other things. So when I was getting my master's degree, I had a baby and I was working full time and getting my master's. And I tell you this just to say we've all been there. I am where I am today because I did get an education. And, when things got tough, I wanted to remember my goal and think about why I wanted that. And now I'm able to, direct and coach and mentor other students to do the same. So just think about that. Your instructors have been there. I've been there. We've been to school, work struggles, raising a kids. I have 2 kids now, and doing those things, and you have to find a balance. You need time for yourself. You need to focus on your family. You need to focus on school and work, and it's a juggling act. Sometimes one will be more important than the next, but you have to find that balance and figure out how you can keep them all going forward at the same time. And that's really the key when I think about how can you move forward and keep going forward. Okay. I want you to think about having an ABC plan. And what this is you would have your A plan. Everything is going smooth, your internet is up and running, you've got a computer, your childcare is in place, you've got this great job, all your family is helping you, everything is good in your A plan. What if your internet goes out and your assignment's due tonight? What are you going to do? Do you have a neighbor you can go to? Can you go down to the bookstore, or maybe go into a McDonald's? Can you find some place if it's after hours, or if it's during the day, maybe you can go to the library. Find some place. Have that plan in place before it actually happens, and then when it does happen, you'll think, okay, this is my plan B. I'm going there. And what if your babysitter cancels? What is your plan B? Do you have a backup you can call, a family member, a friend, a neighbor? Is there an open daycare where you can call an emergency and say, I need to drop my kids off for a few hours? Think about those B plans and have that written down. So when the time comes that you need a B plan, it is there ready to go, and you don't even have to think about it. You can make a couple phone calls or drive down the road and finish your assignment and do whatever you have to do. Your C plan, then after that, what if your B plan falls through? Okay, goodness, my B plan for my internet went out. My B plan was to go to McDonald's, but they're closed. You know, it's 11:30. My assignment's due by midnight. What am I going to do? You know, what would be the first thing you should do? Communicate with your instructor. Okay, give them a call, send them an email, let them know that you're working on it. You know your assignment's turned in and you're working on a solution to get it done. Let us know what is going on. Okay, figure out that plan A, B, and C. Hopefully you won't ever have to use C, but it's good to have those things in mind just in case you need it. Now, goal setting. I talked about having those short goals in between. It is actually really important to fulfilling the larger goals. You need to have these short goals so that you can see you're making progress. Making SMART goals is a really great tool to use. You may have heard of this before. You want to make it specific. You want to make it measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. You want to say, you know, I want to finish my degree. You need to make it a specific. I want to finish my associates of business degree by this date. I'm going to be employed by this date. You know, and then those short weekly ones. I'm going to have my assignment. I'm not going to wait till Sunday. I'm going to turn it in on Friday so that I can have a weekend free. Okay, make those goals, and it's important to keep them and keep yourself accountable for that so that you can have those small successes along the way to your big success of graduating and being.
After graduation, what happens now? You might be a little overwhelmed to think about, now you have this degree and what are you going to do? I would strongly recommend building your professional network while you're actually in school. You can do this by joining LinkedIn. If you're not already on there, I would suggest you create a profile. Remember to keep it professional because other professionals are going to be looking at you through this site. What are some prospective careers you might be interested in after graduation? We are training you for entry-level employment in business offices, government agencies, service and retail industries, or many other business offices. For logistics, you'll be looking for, again, entry-level positions in warehousing, distribution firms, major retailers, charities, manufacturers, freight forwarders, and many others along those lines also. I would advise for you to look for job opportunities in the area where you are living. And how much will you be making? Well, that's a good question to look up jobs in your area also. Salaries will vary depending on where you're located. If you're in a major city or if you're a little outside, you know, East Coast, West Coast, all kinds of factors can go into how much money you will be making after graduation. So I would advise you to do a little bit of your own research and see what you can come up with. I've dropped a website on the slide. You can check that one out, or there are some others available also. Make sure you enter in your city and look for those entry-level positions and see what you can come up with. And that'll give you a rough idea of what you can come to expect after graduation. So congratulations, you've made it, and good luck.
So I want to thank you and for listening, and I want to congratulate you. This is a huge step to better your future, and going to school is a tough decision. There's a big time commitment. You're talking about 10 to 15 hours a week more in classes. Um, and that's a time commitment that you have to kind of manage and juggle and take away from other things. But think about where you're going to be in 1 year, 2 year, 4 years from now, and how this is going to impact you in a better way. So think about that. Think about, again, why you're here. Why did you choose Vista? We are a great school. We really strive to bring in current information, current material. We want to make you the best leaders and managers that are in the workforce today for your employers. So think about that. That's why you're here. Anyway, congratulations on deciding to go to college. That's the first step. Second step, go to class, okay? Don't miss class. You want to be in there and get the material and be successful while you're in class. If you're successful while you're in class, it will set you up to be successful in your future career. So remember that. Communicate with us and just start. You've made the first step, so congratulations. You're on your way to being a graduate of Vista College, and you're one day closer to starting in your new career. So congratulations, best of luck, and please reach out to me if I can help in any way. Thanks. I'll see you in the class.